Hi, everybody. Welcome to this special edition of the Real Life Podcast. I'm Elizabeth Hamilton-Guarino here with Dr. Katie Eastman. We just wanted to I don't know, give a heartfelt message to everybody affected by the wildfires, I think is the gist of this. I don't know, I feel pretty overwhelmed, and I'm in Maine. So I can only imagine how people feel who are in the situation. Chime in,
Mhm.
Katie. Yeah, I know you're like,
Yeah, I couldn't sleep last night
Yep.
thinking about what they were going through and feeling helpless. Like I want to do something. I want to be there to just give, whatever. And I think a lot of us feel that way when there's a crisis like this. What can we do? We feel insignificant when we're far away from them, and we want to help. And I know we're going to post some practical places where people can go to get help, where people can donate, where people can volunteer. I mean, that is something all of us can do, is sharing information. We can all reach out to people we know, and also to remember that it's not just the people there, but it's the people who love the people who are there,
Yeah.
who are also worried and also being traumatized by this. So I'm glad we're speaking about this, because I think all of us are feeling just what can I do?
Yeah, and it's still unfolding and so forth. There's a lot of news coverage and a lot of people in social media and so forth. So I think people are still in shock over the whole situation. I don't think anybody's even processed really what's going on. So we thought we would come on here if this helps. I hope this helps people in some small way, because frequently when things like this happen, we don't know what to say to other people and we don't know what to do. And so here at Best Ever You, we wanted to give you some resources with kind of Katie leading the way a little bit, with some of the psychotherapist type things that she's used in um, her practice and so forth. I want to give a little bit of background about you for anybody who's joining us for the first time. Katie's a loss and grief expert. Do you want to give a little bit of context around your career and so forth, so people know exactly who you are?
Sure. I've been working with loss and grief ever since I was in my early 20s. I have really seen how loss can be a catalyst for choices in recognizing what's most important to us.
Yeah.
And certainly in crisis, that is absolutely true. And just think of the metaphor. I mean, for those of us who aren't actually there, people are actually making the choice. What do I grab? Who do I grab? How do I grab as I run out the door when I'm out, when I'm evacuating? A lot of us think about that in a metaphorical way of what would be most important to me in a crisis, but they're actually living it. So I think it's really important for all of us to remember that they're having to make really hard choices.
One of the things that I've learned over the years of working with you and being around you is that grief takes so many different forms. You intertwine loss and grief. There's different ways. There's timelines. It's so multifaceted. And so sometimes when we think of grief, we're thinking of like the loss of a loved one.
Mhm.
I'm just going to ask you the question rather than me talking. Can you explain to people what loss means and what
There,
grief means and how it applies to this?
sure, there's tangible loss and there's intangible loss. We all recognize tangible loss as a someone or something, but there's also loss of safety, loss of security, loss of stability, loss of predictability, loss of routine, loss of so many levels that all of the people in these fires are facing. I mean, just imagine driving up and seeing that your whole home is gone. All of your lifetime routine is gone. It's in ashes. Where do you start to put a life back together when that happens. Those are intangible losses that are every bit as difficult as something like losing a thing that's precious. They lose both. They've lost both.
And widen it out a little bit for us, because as a citizen of the world, as a citizen of the United States and so forth, we're seeing these losses. For example, in North Carolina, we see it when there's a tornado that goes through. We're seeing it when the ice storms are affecting the South. We're seeing wildfires now in California. As people, I don't know about you, but I feel unsettled.
Absolutely. When something like this is happening, this horrific hell right in front of us, it reminds us that we too are vulnerable. And so a lot of people don't want to acknowledge it's even happening because it makes them too frightened in their own life. And yet it's the opposite, because if we don't acknowledge that it's happening, we're not recognizing the opportunity for us to say, I'm going to feel grateful for what I've got and what can I do for them. And that's what brings us together, is when there's a crisis and we rise up and we say, okay, I'm not there with you, but I'm here with you. And I am going to live my life with gratitude and with graciousness and with generosity to try and help you in whatever way I can, because we're all in this together.
You know, one thing that I see that makes my heart warm are all of the people who show up for all of the people, the firefighters, the paramedics, there
Mhm.
are so many people that show up in a crisis, and it goes beyond that it's their job.
Mhm. Absolutely. There firefighters left from my town here in Washington State.
Yeah.
Yes, people seem to rise up in crisis and come together. And that's something that I wish we would do more often, and not just in crisis, but at least we do it in crisis.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a really big deal. So what would you like to we want people to do whatever they can do, and I'm going to read what you kind of wrote and what we've decided to do and say, but I would love for you to expand on things as I say
Mhm.
the item.
Sure.
So we wrote, reach out to anyone you know who is impacted.
Yes,
What do you
and I
mean by
don't
that?
just mean people who live in California. I mean their loved ones. I was online last night with someone here in Washington who has a daughter who's in the midst of the fires. So remember, it's not just the people who are there, it's people around the world who love them.
Yeah.
Who do you know? Check out, are they okay? Send them a text. I sent a text to several people last night, and they loved the fact that I was even thinking about them.
Yeah.
Okay. And remember, it extends beyond to their loved ones.
Can you misspeak when you speak from your heart?
Yes. There are so many people that misspeak when they say it's going to be okay.
What if
People
that's
don't want
from
to.
your heart? Like, can you misspeak though if it's from your heart?
Yes, because even
Okay.
that comes from
Okay.
your heart. It can really tick people off.
Got it.
Think about it.
I
You're
know.
hurting, you're in despair, you're in anguish, and someone tries to put a band aid on it. You can't put a band aid on it. Be loving, but less is more. Simply saying, I care, is so much better than trying to give a platitude that tells people it's going to be better. Because right now, they're in shock. They don't know that. They don't want to hear that.
Yeah. Um, Offer practical support, like sending self-care items and clothing, letting them know that you're thinking of them.
Yes, we're going to post on Best Ever You some very practical websites, places to go for people who are in the midst of it, who need to know where to go, for people who want to volunteer, for people who want to donate. We're going to offer those practical places where everybody can pitch in. And if you know someone, offer to send diapers or food, or diapers or clothing or things that you take, a toothbrush. Think of it. You've lost everything. What do you have with you? Probably not much.
Yeah. Um, and what do you say? It is kind of uncomfortable to figure out what to say to people because it's hard to, like I've had people text me and say, I just can't even believe this is happening. I
Right.
can't, or just that it's an apocalypse, or, just they're not even able to articulate what's happening either.
Of course, they're in shock. They're in
Yeah.
complete and utter shock. So be with them where they are. Recognize that all you need to say, well, not all, because
Yeah.
anything is better than nothing. But
Yeah.
saying to them, I am so sorry you're going through this,
Yeah.
is empathic and kind and isn't a platitude. It's acknowledging that they're going through hell.
Yeah.
Don't minimize what they're going through. They don't even get it yet, what they're going through. It's overwhelming.
One of the things I like that we're suggesting is to encourage connection. So we're going to post a blog and the resources and things like that too. And we won't be on here for much longer. We just wanted to touch base with everybody and let everybody that know that we were thinking of them. And I know we had a couple questions of like, what do I even say to people? And so that's where this is kind of coming from. But encourage connection. Um,
Yes.
Community is so important in moments like this.
And one of the things I want to say is it's okay to say, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
That's so much better than trying to put a band-aid on it and say something that you try to make someone feel better. Nothing is going to make them feel better, but feeling loved and connected and knowing that someone cares. That's what they need right now, is to know they're not alone.
Yeah. I started to see a social media comment war going on. I just really don't think that's what people need right now. Of
Not at all.
who's to blame for all of this. It's like, oh, really?
That is what people do when they're uncomfortable with loss. They attack. Attacking is not compassion. Do not attack. Be unconditionally loving right now. Anything less than that is not helpful and is all about your own discomfort.
Yeah. Okay.
Stay silent if you don't know what to say, but be compassionate at all costs.
Is there anything else you want to say? I was thinking we would do like 15 minutes or so on here.
I think just to acknowledge that nobody knows what to say, nobody knows what to do, nobody knows how to do this. This is really, really hard. But look to the helpers, look to the people who understand, look to the frontline workers, look to the Red Cross, look to the organizations, look to the professionals. Let them guide you, ask for help, don't wing it. Be and don't take chances is one of the things that, for those who are in the fires, but more importantly for those who love them, we are here for you. We are sending love, support, honor, validation, whatever we can say to you to know that you are not alone in this.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to cover?
Just, I want to draw attention again, we will have practical information on the website for people to share, and please share it, because the more of us that get it out there, the closer it'll get to the people who need it.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay?
All right. Thank you for being here as always. And we thank you for being here with us on the Real Life Podcast. And just thank you for being here, and thank you for being part of our Best Ever You network. I think you said something really important earlier today, Katie, when we were talking about the power of network and the power of community. As a network and as a whole, there's so many members of the Best Ever You network that we have the power to change things, help.
We do. We do. When we come together, we're way better when we come together to support each other, and lift each other up. And that's what Best Ever You is all about. Lifting yourself up and lifting up others. And right now we're asking everyone to lift each other up.
Yep, and keep in mind all of the people that are in our network that are from that area, from
Yeah.
areas like North Carolina and so forth. So, all right,
Yes.
thank you everybody for being with us.